Good afternoon, RUSD staff. This is Deputy Superintendent Dr. Eric Gallion. Thank you for joining me. Today I have a very special message to share with all of you. But first, I want to say thank you for everything you do. There are so many great things happening in RUSD, and I am proud to work with all of you. Within recent weeks, it has come to my attention that immigration and refugee students have been dealing with increased intimidation and harassment in our schools. I want to remind all of us that our primary purpose, along with educating our children, is keeping them safe. Our first job in creating a positive learning environment is making sure all of our children know that every adult in their school is there to make sure they are and feel safe. Today it's my pleasure to share with you a story of hope, perseverance, and courage. Every day our students amaze me with their fortitude and passion. Today you will hear just one reason why.
My name is Fernanda Jimenez. I am 16 years old and a junior at Horlick High School. I'm a member of the National Honor Society. I'm a student athlete. I'm in choir, Lean Crew, Key Club, and a group called Youth Empower in the Struggle. I am an undocumented immigrant. And there are so many just like me at every school. We live under constant fear of deportation. I fear on a daily basis that someone I love may be deported, that someone I love could be here today and gone tomorrow. This fear has grown exponentially since the 2016 presidential election. Since then, there has been a culture shift in our schools. Up until recently, we felt secure and welcome. This was a place we could live out the American dream, but all that has changed for us. The day after the election, students with racist views became emboldened, some even telling us that now we and our parents were going to be deported. These comments have continued, and school no longer feels like a safe place. So I'm asking for your help. You have always been there for us. You teach us, you mentor us, you help us make life choices, and most importantly, you provide us with a safe environment. We ask that you recognize this new reality that we face and help us feel welcome and secure once again in our schools. I came to this country with my mother, sister, and brother at the age of 5. The journey to America was such a traumatic experience. Saying goodbye to my abuela was the hardest thing I have ever done. I will never forget the journey we took to come to America. We walked for 2 days across the desert and mountains. We went without food and clean water for days. I was so young, I could not walk the whole distance. So kind and generous fellow travelers would take turns carrying me on their backs. At one point, I was separated by my family for 8 hours. I was so scared I would never see my family ever again. After walking, we were transported by a truck with 30 other people, uncomfortably piled up and brought to a safe house in Arizona and then to Atlanta. I live a life of secrecy. We live in the shadows. In the wake of recent events, I want to remind you of a few things. Schools are immigration enforcement free zones. Student records are sealed and the district is not allowed to inquire about a student's immigration status. DACA, or the Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals, grants undocumented youth like me temporary permission to stay in the U.S. While these policies are in place, there is a real concern that everyone will change with the new federal administration. There is a new and very real potential reality that has created fear and tremendous stress among the immigrant community that these basic policies will be overturned. Records will be made public and DACA will be taken away. Given these uncertain times, it is imperative that the RUSD continues to maintain a culture of inclusiveness and support for all of our students. There is no tolerance for hate speech. We need to continue to create a safe space for everyone. I love my school, I love my community, and I love my country. I am a hardworking person that came here for a better life. I am not a criminal. The world is a new place for us now, and we rely on you like never before. I know that if we all come together, love will trump hate.